What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray here with another edition of CHH Today. And guys, today, I want to talk about a point that I was meaning to get to earlier, but I didn't have time to do the video. I was really busy at work and doing some other things. But I'm going to talk about this video now, man. And it is a really thorn in my side as far as every time I see somebody react to it and respond to it. It's crazy, man. And this video is simple. Why I, Lucky Murray, compare Christian hip-hop artists to mainstream artists. I think Christian hip-hop as a whole we see ourselves big in our own eyes, like Saul. You know, Saul saw himself big in his own eyes, but he really is small. And I think with Christian hip-hop, you gotta understand, guys, we are a very small community in conjunction with the overall hip-hop community. So let me give you an example. Christian hip-hop is really small. You have to kind of sort of be in a church, and then you gotta kind of sort of get somebody to kind of give you something or give you some insight of what's going on in the CHH genre. Now, there's a lot of people who come across CHH through like the internet, through radio, through different means, but the vast majority of Christian hip-hop listeners and fans are fans in the church, right? So I work at down in Lawrence County. It's a town called Clinton, South Carolina. Very small, very rural town. The place I work at is predominantly black, right? So I go in there and I did a show earlier this year. I think in May sometime. I did a show. And I was performing. I said, yo, y'all ever heard of Lecrae? Lecrae being one of our biggest champions in Christian hip-hop. Even though Lecrae says he's not a Christian artist, he don't want to be called a Christian hip-hop artist, he's still a Christian artist. He's a man of faith. And as soon as people hear him speak, it's different from what's out in the mainstream. Just like Blessings, man. I was on the radio this summer. I was taking a team somewhere with my summer camp. Blessings came on. I was like, oh snap, bro, that's huge, man. It's like it gave me hope to like, look, man, if Lecrae can get on radio, you know I can do some damage. And then after that was played T-shirt by Migos. But anyway, it was like I saw the engagement of my teens. I was looking back at I was driving. They really wasn't engaged. They didn't really know what was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in there singing because, you know, I'm a big Lecrae fan. So it's like I was doing the show and man, I was like, yo, y'all ever heard of Lecrae? I was like, nah. And what I experienced is that a lot of times when I approach someone and say, hey, my name is Lucky Murray, I'm a Christian hip-hop artist, I am the first person that they have ever had the encounter of Christian hip-hop. I'm not saying for everybody, but I'm just speaking local Greenville, Spartanburg area for my small fan base, that when I approach a kid and I give him a CD, his first intake on Christian hip-hop is Lucky Murray. And I pray that through my ministry, no matter how big or how small it is, it can point to Lecrae, point to KB, it can point to Andy Mineo, it can point to Social Club. You know, it could point to a Brandon P. It can point to a Thizzle. Or a lot of these different other brothers that like, hey, you love what I do on the local level. You'll love, even on the local level, man, we have some guys that are really doing a lot of amazing things locally. And I felt like, okay, so how do you explain Christian hip-hop if there is not really, you don't know that it even exists? Up until 2012, I never knew that Christian hip-hop exists. My only experience with it was my grandma gave me a rap CD from church, and that was really corny, man. I was like, I give it a listen. It took me a few months to listen to it. I listened to it maybe like twice, but I didn't really understand what it was saying because I wasn't trying to live that life. And two, you know, it was a typical Christian hip-hop artist at that time. I'm not saying now, but back then, what they do is they'll take locally, I'm not going to say nationally, but locally, a lot of guys would do if they did Christian hip-hop was they'll take a beat. Let's say grinding was hot at the time. They'll take grinding and they'll flip it and then make it something about Jesus or whatever. Anyway, That was my only encounter. Then 2012, that's when Lecrae dropped Church Clothes. And at the time, it took somebody, one of my close friends, who I'm really close with today, to let me give Christian hip hop a shot. Cause I wasn't feeling it. I was like, it's not even for me. He was like, yo, look, you need to check out Dre Murray. And Dre Murray had a tape back in the day called Hell's Paradise. Best tape, man. Dre Murray killed it or whatever. He did it with Will. So ever since then, I was checking out Christian hip hop, like, yo, this is pretty dope. And ever since then, man, I've been an advocate fan of Christian hip hop. I've been an advocate fan of Rapzilla, advocate fan of Track Stars, DJ Wado, Jem the Hype, and really indulge myself in the culture. But we're still small. Point blank period, man. The only people that are really killing it is Reach Records. You have God on the Money, you have Reflection Music Group, you have Paper Rock Scissors Music Group, RPMG, RSPMG. RPSMG, excuse me. Sorry, that's Brandon P and Mission Team. You have you got Homo Beast. You have a lot of different people that are doing it, but it's such a small level. So, with all that being said, when I go to a individual that don't have any clue about who, what, why, or why should I even care about this music, you have to have some reference point in order to get that person to understand who this artist is or who this artist sound like. So if this artist sound like somebody they know and they refer to it and they can digest it, they might give it a shot. But okay, this person sounds similar, and then they might fall in love with it. Point case study, 2016. Yes, 2016. I did my summer camp in Greenville, and I had a playlist, right? And one song I knew that was gonna work and kind of cross over with the teens. Joey Jewish had this song out 2016 called Beautiful Solitude. Awesome song. You have to check it out. Dopest album I heard yet. And Joey Jewish has come out with some hot stuff, man. That's my second feature that I want to do something with. Joey Jewish had the opportunity at the time. He gave me the feature cost. I didn't have the money now, but I pray that one day when I do have the money, I do want to do a song with this brother. Amazing talent, bro. Anyway, so they at the time was really heavy on Bryson Tiller. Okay, Bryson Tiller at the time had an album called Trap Soul. Everybody and their mama was on Trap Soul. Okay, these 12, 13-year-olds, they love Trap Soul. I don't understand how you talk about a woman and your twist relationship. Anyway, as soon as I played Beautiful Solitude, it took maybe 2 or 3 times, but after that, they fell in love with the track. They requested me to play the track, okay? Some even went on Spotify, looked it up, and playing it now. I'm not sure. But because they had a reference point of who Joey Jewish was, based off Bryson Tiller, they made similar music that teens could accept him, a lot better than if I said, yo, Joey Jewish, he's a dope, Christian, rap singer guy. Check him out. What he sound like? Oh, he don't sound like nobody on the radio. He does sound like people on the radio. And one thing that I don't understand is that in the secular hip-hop world, they compare each other all the time. And I think in the Christian hip-hop world, it's like, look, that's my brother. I shouldn't compare him, or we shouldn't compare nobody to the world. Guys, we gotta look at Paul. When Paul wrote his letters in the Bible, he used Greek terminology that the readers of the time could connect to translate his point for Christ. We have to understand, guys, that we're in the world but not of the world. Just because you get compared to somebody in the world or in the mainstream, you're not necessarily going to be quote unquote secular, or you're not going to hell. And I think that people treat that like that, like, oh, do not compare anybody in CHH. Just let them be who they are. But yeah, explain it to the guy that's in Clinton, South Carolina, that don't go to church, that have no reference point to any Christian hip hop artist, and you want them to try, let's say Lecrae. It's like, yo, who Lecrae sound like? Say that, hey, he got a song called Blessings. It sounds similar to Amigos track, but not really. It's more positive. I mean, you can kind of explain people that, like, oh, okay, I might check it out. And if they check it out, like, oh, this dude kind of straight, they keep checking out this music, they gonna get pulled in anyway because the message, but God will open their heart if it's so ready. So my frustration, guys, is this, and Track Stars does line for line, but they do okay. Christian artists versus mainstream artists, and I think it's dope because it's like, look, man, you want to give these Christian artists shots. Like, look, man, they have similar music, but yo, toe to toe, man, these people do well, which people hate. People don't like the line for line. Also, my boy David from New Zealand did a video, and he put out a Twitter post like, look, who's the Christian Kanye West? Cardiac Drums, I believe, producer for a few artists in the scene. Had a Twitter rant. Was like, why can't we just be Christian artists, be whoever? Here's my thing. Lucky Murray's gonna compare a Christian artist to a mainstream artist if I see fit. If I feel like this artist, if I'm explaining it to somebody. Now, if I'm talking to a brother who's a believer, who's an advocate fan of Christian hip hop, I don't have to be like, well, Lil Cray is the JC of Christian hip hop. That's kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm talking to a kid on the street that doesn't necessarily is trying to change his life around, I'm like, look, if you like, if like Lil Cray is pretty much Jay-Z of Christian hip hop, but he's a little different. You should try him out. They might be like, oh, I'm a Jay-Z fan, even though they have two different styles, but on the point of, hey, this is how big he is in our scene versus, guys, it's not that serious, man. And once I seen David's video, I was a little upset. I was like, look, man, we ain't got time for that. So I think, guys, it's okay to compare Christian hip hop artists to secular artists. A lot of people gonna be like, well, no, it's Lil Wayne. Okay, I understand. Absolutely. Hey, man, if whatever you do to sleep at night, it's on you. But for me, it's okay, man, because I know the mission field that I'm in, and I know that I have to keep going in order to bring this thing in light. And I think that if we all pitching together and, start, helping out, our brothers that's doing it nationally, killing it, hey, we can make this thing a better place. Hey, I'm trying to get Lil Cray to come back to Greenville. He came like 3 years ago and he hasn't came back since. So, Lil Cray, if you're listening, probably not, come back to Greenville. So, if you like this video, please hit it with a thumbs up. Let me know why you liked it. Let's talk. Let's keep the conversation going. I respond to every single comment. If you didn't like it, hey, let's keep it straight. 100. Hit that thumbs down. Let me know why. But if you're a hater, you will get blocked. I don't know. Negative comments don't bother me, but if you're trying to assassinate my character, yes, you're gonna have to get blocked. Especially if you don't want to comment on why. If you comment a negative comment, I'm gonna comment back at you why. Not necessarily to fight with you. Like, hey, I think your opinion is interesting. If you continue to try to knock me down on the internet, yes, you will get blocked. So it's entertainer, motivator, educator. Look here, I compare Christian hip hop artists to mainstream, and I don't care. You probably differ. Hey, it's my video. Let me do my thing. So till next time, I'm out.